planet Virexia, where humans rarely visit. Ethan, a young human engineer working at an off-world research post, gets invited unexpectedly to the home of his alien friend Lyra, a Virexian girl known for her sharp senses and calm nature. When Ethan enters the shining crystal-like house, Lyra leans close and whispers only to him, "You're in trouble. Don't show fear." Before he can ask why, Lyra's mother, Lady Serana, a powerful Virexian diplomat with a cold, unreadable face, appears. She studies Ethan with glowing silver eyes, as if scanning his soul. Ethan realizes something is wrong. Lyra avoids eye contact. The air in the room feels heavy, charged with hidden danger. Lady Serana questions Ethan about his friendship with Lyra. Her tone feels like an interrogation, not a welcome. She brings up incidents Ethan never told anyone, suggesting she has been watching him. Welcome to my channel Starlight Sci-Fi Stories. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It arrived early in the morning on his work tablet while he was repairing a damaged power line outside the human research base on planet Virexia. The message was short and formal, written in the elegant style of the Virexians. Human Ethan read. You are invited to my residence tonight. Lady Serana of House Virel. Lady Serana, the mother of his friend Lyra. Ethan stared at the message for a full minute before it finally hit him. Lyra's mother never talked to humans. She was a Virexian diplomat, strict and serious, known for her cold expressions and sharp intelligence. She was respected, and feared, across the region. So why invite him? And why tonight? Ethan looked around to see if Lyra was nearby, but she wasn't. He had not seen her since yesterday. She usually visited the research outpost every evening, often bringing strange alien snacks or new glowing crystals she wanted him to study. But not today. All day, a quiet sense of danger followed Ethan like a shadow. That evening, the twin moons of Virexia were rising when Ethan reached the tall crystal-shaped house of House Virel. The walls shone softly like frozen starlight. The door opened on its own as he approached. And there she was, Lyra. She rushed forward quickly, her long silver hair moving like liquid metal behind her. But something was wrong. Her bright purple eyes did not shine with their usual calm warmth. Instead, she looked tense, almost frightened. She grabbed Ethan's arm slightly before whispering in a voice so soft that even the house sensors couldn't pick it up. You're in trouble. Ethan froze. What? Trouble? Why? What's going on? Before she could answer, the air in the hallway shifted. A tall figure stepped out from the main chamber. Lady Serana. Her presence filled the room instantly. She was taller than most humans, her skin faintly glowing with the silver sheen of high-born Virexians. Her eyes, sharp and metallic, moved across Ethan like scanners. Welcome, human Ethan, she said in a voice calm enough to make it more frightening. Enter. Lyra let go of his arm and stepped aside. Ethan walked in, heart heavy and confused. He knew something was wrong, but he also knew nothing he said now would help. The door closed behind them with a soft hum. Inside the house, the interior of the home was beautiful but intimidating. The walls were engraved with glowing symbols that pulsed like slow heartbeats. When Ethan walked too close, some symbols brightened, flashing soft red. Lyra made a tiny motion with her fingers, "Don't touch anything." He nodded slightly. Lady Serana led them into a large chamber with a floating crystal table. The chairs were made of hard energy light, shifting shapes as he sat. She did not offer him food. She did not ask about his day. She simply watched him. Then she asked, "How long have you known my daughter?" Ethan swallowed. "About 8 months. And during these months, my daughter has visited your workplace 27 times. She has brought you objects from our lands. She has taken you on walks through protected regions. She has defended you during the night storm incident. Correct?" Ethan's heart felt tight. He had not told anyone about the storm incident. A local creature had attacked him, and Lyra had saved him using a strange energy burst. "How do you know all this?" he asked. Lady Serana raised one eyebrow. "I am her mother." Lyra's jaw tightened. She looked down, avoiding her mother's eyes. Ethan suddenly understood. Lady Serana had been watching him for months, and he had no idea. The interrogation begins. Lady Serana walked slowly around him, hands clasped behind her back. Humans are emotional creatures, dangerous creatures. You form attachments easily. You misunderstand gestures. You misread meanings. Ethan said nothing. Lyra stepped forward quietly. "Mother, please." Serana raised a hand. Lyra instantly fell silent. Ethan had never seen Lyra look so small. Sarana continued, my daughter has broken Virexian custom. She has saved your life. A mother must evaluate the one her daughter protects. Her voice lowered, even if that one is human. Ethan felt his pulse quicken. So that was why she invited him. This was not a family dinner. It was an evaluation, a judgment, but something still didn't add up. Why had Lyra whispered that he was in trouble? What did she know that he didn't? Sarana stopped walking. She stood in front of him. Stand, she ordered. Ethan stood. A circle of light formed on the floor beneath him. The symbols on the walls began to glow, brighter and brighter. This is a truth platform, she said. It reveals what a person hides, and what they do not even know about themselves. Ethan felt cold. Lyra suddenly stepped closer and whispered sharply, stay calm. He nodded once. Sarana tapped her wristband. The platform activated. The truth platform, the circle beneath Ethan lit up in shifting patterns. He felt a soft vibration under his feet. The air grew warm, then cold, then warm again. The symbols on the walls changed colors rapidly. Sarana watched the readings with slow, steady interest. Lyra watched with fear. Ethan did not understand what the platform was reading, but he felt exposed, as if every memory, every thought, every secret in his mind was open for the machine to examine. Then something unusual happened. The light beneath him flickered. Sarana's eyes narrowed. She stepped closer. The flicker became stronger. Then the whole platform flashed a deep, burning red. Lyra gasped. Sarana whispered something in the Virexian language, a word Ethan had heard only once before, in a myth Lyra told him. Marked. Ethan blinked. Marked? What does that mean? But Lyra grabbed his wrist quickly and spoke quietly, her voice shaking. Ethan, it means the platform has detected something inside you. Something not normal. Something old. Sarana turned toward them, expression suddenly tight, controlled, but underneath, Ethan sensed shock. This changes everything, she said. She looked Ethan directly in the eyes. You are not simply in trouble, human. You are far more dangerous than I expected. Ethan stepped back slightly. I don't understand. You will, Sarana said coldly. Come with me. She walked toward the inner chamber. Lyra gripped Ethan's sleeve. Her voice was soft but filled with fear. Ethan, it's worse than I thought. He turned toward her. Lyra, tell me what's happening. She stared at the glowing red platform, then at him. You're not just in trouble. She swallowed. You're marked by an ancient power. And now my mother has to decide your fate. The chamber doors slid open. Sarana stood inside, waiting. Human Ethan, she said, enter now. Ethan stepped forward slowly, feeling the weight of danger closing around him. Lyra followed closely, whispering, I won't let anything happen to you, but you must listen to everything I say. The door closed behind them. The underground hall was cold, silent, and glowing with faint blue light. Ethan's heart was still racing from the shockwave he had accidentally released. He stared at his hands, waiting for them to glow again, but they looked normal, just human, just ordinary. Lyra stood beside him, staring at him with wide silver eyes. Ethan, you activated the mark, she whispered. Ethan shook his head. I didn't activate anything. I don't even know what that means. Before Lyra could answer, Lady Sarana appeared at the top of the steps, her robes torn from battle, her hair loose, and her breath heavy, but her eyes sharp. She stared at Ethan with an expression he had never seen before. Not anger, not suspicion, respect, maybe even fear. She walked down the steps slowly. Human, she said quietly, you have done something no outsider has done in 1,000 years. Ethan swallowed. I didn't mean to. You don't need to mean it, Sarana replied. The mark responds to danger. It protects its bearer. Ethan blinked. I didn't know I was a bearer. I didn't know there was a mark. I'm just an engineer. Sarana studied him. No, Ethan Stone, you are not just anything anymore. Lyra stepped between Ethan and her mother. We don't have time for speeches. The intruders will come back. And the council is on the way. At the mention of the council, Sarana's face hardened. She looked at Ethan. If the council confirms the mark, they will take you away. They will study you, control you, use you. So what do we do? Ethan asked. Sarana turned to the walls and touched one of the glowing symbols. Part of the wall slid open, revealing a narrow tunnel. You escape, she said. Both of you. Lyra's eyes widened. Mother, you're letting him go? Sarana nodded. I protect this house. You protect him. That is the only path left. Ethan felt a strange mix of panic and gratitude. You're risking your life for me? Serana lifted her chin proudly. I am Virexian. My daughter saved you once. Our code demands I honor that bond. Footsteps echoed above them, heavy, armored, and growing closer. Serana pushed Lyra and Ethan toward the tunnel. Go. And Ethan turned. Serana gave him a serious look. If you survive this night, remember one thing. Your story will shake planets. Before Ethan could reply, Serana pressed a panel and the tunnel door closed, sealing them in darkness. The tunnel of echoes. The tunnel was long, narrow, and glowing faintly with moving light, like starlight trapped under the surface. Lyra took Ethan's hand without speaking and led him through the twisting path. Ethan felt his heart pounding. Lyra, what exactly is the mark? Lyra sighed, her voice soft. 1,000 years ago, our people believed that one day a being would arrive, not Virexian, not royal, but an outsider, who could control the ancient energy. This outsider would be able to break old rules and change the fate of the empire. A prophecy? Ethan asked. Lyra nodded. Yes, but most people think it's a myth. A story for kids. And your mother doesn't think so? No, Lyra whispered. She thinks it's real. And she thinks you're the one the prophet Sci speaks about. Ethan laughed nervously. Great. First time I get invited to a friend's house, and suddenly I'm some kind of ancient hero. Lyra didn't laugh. Ethan, this is serious. The council will never let a human have that kind of power. They reached the end of the tunnel, where another door slid open. It led to the outer gardens, floating platforms covered with glowing plants, suspended over a deep canyon. The sky above them was violet, filled with drifting clouds and distant lights. But the moment they stepped out, a shadow fell over them. A Virexian warrior stood on the platform, his armor black and sharp, his spear glowing blue. He pointed it at Ethan. There you are, the warrior growled. The human with the mark. Lyra pushed Ethan behind her. Stay back, this is council business. You have no right. The warrior swung his spear, forcing her to dodge. Ethan stumbled backward, slipping near the edge of the platform. He could see the endless drop below. The warrior turned toward him. Lyra sprinted forward, tackling the warrior from the side. They crashed to the ground. The spear skidded across the platform, stopping near Ethan's feet. But the warrior was strong, too strong. He grabbed Lyra by the throat and lifted her. Your mother cannot protect you now, girl. Lyra gasped, clawing at his arm. Ethan didn't think, he acted. He grabbed the spear. The instant his hand touched it, the mark ignited. A bright line of light shot across Ethan's skin, up his arm, and into the spear. The weapon hummed like a living thing. The warrior froze, eyes wide. Impossible. Ethan swung the spear. A shockwave blasted out, knocking the warrior off his feet and off the platform. He fell into the canyon below, disappearing in the violet mist. Lyra collapsed, coughing. Ethan dropped the spear and rushed to her. Lyra, are you okay? She touched her throat and nodded weakly. Ethan, you controlled it again. The mark, it listens to you. I didn't control anything, Ethan said. I just didn't want him hurting you. Lyra looked at him with a soft expression he had never seen before. Maybe that's why I chose you. The choice they didn't have long. More armored figures appeared in the distance, moving fast across the platform bridges. Lyra stood shakily. We can't run forever. We need a way off the planet. Ethan took her hand. Then let's find one. They rushed through the gardens, dodging patrols, slipping between glowing plants, and climbing across floating stones. The air was filled with the hum of alarms. Finally, they reached a small landing pad where a sleek transport ship rested. Lyra looked at Ethan. This ship can break orbit. But once we leave, everything changes. Ethan nodded. Everything changed the moment I walked in. To your house. They ran toward the ship, but they didn't make it far. A beam of golden light shot down in front of them. A large shuttle descended from above, its doors opening. Inside stood 3 members of the Virexian Council, their robes bright and symbols glowing. Their presence felt heavy, like gravity itself bent around them. The tallest one stepped forward. His voice echoed unnaturally. Human Ethan Stone, you carry the mark of origin. By ancient law, you belong to the council now. Lyra stepped in front of Ethan. No, he is not your property. The counselor ignored her. Ethan Stone, come, you will be treated with respect, but you cannot refuse. Ethan felt fear rising in his chest. Captured, controlled, used like a tool. He couldn't let that happen. He looked at Lyra. She looked terrified, but ready to fight. Ethan, she whispered, whatever you choose. I'm with you. The council extended a hand. Ethan clenched his fists. The mark glowed again, brighter than ever before. Wind rushed around him. The ground shook. The council stepped back in shock. Lyra whispered, "Ethan, what are you doing?" Ethan looked at her and spoke with a calm he didn't feel. "Making my own choice." He slammed his palm into the ground. A massive burst of energy exploded outward, knocking the council to the ground, shattering the landing pad, and disabling the council ship. Lyra grabbed his arm. "Ethan, run." They sprinted to the small transport ship, jumped inside, and sealed the hatch. Alarms blared. Engines roared. As they lifted off, the council shouted after them, but their voices faded into the wind. The ship shot into the sky, leaving the city behind, leaving the danger behind. Leaving Phyrexia behind. In the cockpit, Lyra collapsed into the seat beside him. "Ethan, you just made enemies with one of the strongest powers in the galaxy." Ethan looked at her and smiled slightly. "Then I guess I'll need a friend who knows how to deal with them." Lyra smiled back, tired but true. "You have won." The ship broke through the clouds, stars filling the view ahead. Ethan whispered, "What happens now?" Lyra reached over and squeezed his hand. "Now, your real journey begins." And with that, the human marked by ancient power and the alien girl who believed in him left their world behind, heading toward a future that would change the galaxy forever.